Okay, hello friends, let me check and make sure that the live is started. Okay, the live is started, and fastly just I want to share my experience and give you some tricks for how to using the SDXL version 1, and also I want to show you that what is new. Okay. SDXL version 1 was released about 2 hours ago, and here is the website that you can find some useful information. But totally, they told us that the Stable Diffusion new version 1, can produce 26% higher quality images, and you can compare the result with the SD 1.5 or SD 2.1. The quality is much improved, and they told us that it can have better understanding from the concept and also the style. And also I did some tests and I figured out it's completely true. They told us that the prompting could be very easier in this version, and it's very simpler for writing the prompt, and this is the reason. Let me open another page. Because they used some different clip text. In this page, they didn't point to that, but it's very important to know. Let me find and open that. Okay. In the version, in the page that was published on 22 of June for 0.9, you can find some more information about the clip models. And if you don't know what are the clip models, here just I want to show you. The clip models are converting and translating your prompts into the codes that Stable Diffusion can understand them. Okay, so when you are working with the new version of the Stable Diffusion SDXL, you have to use, it's better to use some text encoding that can have better translation from your prompts. So the clip text encodings is very important. And in the version and in the new version in SDXL, they told us that they used 2 different clip encoding text. Okay, so just imagine that they have 2 different versions for translating your text to another language to get some better understanding. Okay, the first version is OpenClip WITG 14, and the another version Is the clip open clip B? I think it's here. I saw that, but right now to clip model including largest open clip. I think they changed some information, or maybe we have that here. Okay, so just I want to tell you that one of them is open clip with G14, and also in the ComfyUI, if you load the SDXL text encoder, here you can see in this text encoder you have two parameters for writing your prompt. The prompts that you are writing in the clip G will be translated with this version, okay? And the parameter that you're writing on clip L will be translated with another model, okay? So the clip G is more new and is more powerful, and for example it can understand the meaning of a sentence, but the clip L cannot get a very good understanding from the sentence, but it can get the words. And for example, you can write your prompt as for example, car, comma, red, comma, big, comma, muscle, something like that. In clip L and in clip G, you can describe your prompt as a sentence. It's based on my experience and also based on the comparison between these two different clip. Let me I saw the information somewhere, but at this moment I can't find that. Okay, by the way, at this moment I can't find that, but I will find another clip name and I will place that in the description. Okay, so once again, let me check the first page. They told us that the quality is better. It can understand concept and styles. You can write with simpler language or with some more simpler prompt, and it's related to the clip model. They use the largest open image model. Okay, here it's very important. They told us that they trained the base model with 3.5 billion parameters, and they trained the refiner with 6.6 billion parameters. And this is the reason that running the refiner need more VRAM. And just if you want to run the base model, you need less VRAM, okay? Because the parameters that are loading in the base model is very lower. But the refiner can add many details. By the way, in the ComfyUI I think easily you can run them with 8 GB. And also they sent some good news for us, and they told us that this new version has very good ability to make custom LoRa and checkpoints better than 1.5, I hope. And also we can see the T2i adapter and control net in the early future. And also this part is very interesting for me because they told, I think it's something inside the Stable Diffusion for the structure and style, because previously we had unclipped version, and they were very powerful to get some understanding from image, and maybe they improved that, but I'm not sure at this moment. I have to wait. But clearly they point that the controller, some T2i adapter and control net will be released as soon. Yes, and totally the quality, really the quality is improved. And now I want to go and show you some workflow. If you don't know anything about this workflow, I prefer you to open my YouTube channel and watch these two videos. Let me show you. Okay, here I have two videos about SDXL and setting the workflow. It's very excuse me, it's very useful, and you can see all the process. So at this moment, just I want to say you small tricks for making high resolution image very easy and better. Okay, and also you can see the quality. Okay, let me delete these parts. And I want to show you some of my previous images that I was generated with 0.9, and you can see the quality was good, and also they told us that it's improved. I want to do some test, and you can see that really we have any change or no. Okay, at first let me go with this image and tell you some important point. Okay, this image is generated with ComfyUI, and if I drag the image inside the ComfyUI, then I can see the workflow, and also I can see the prompt, seed, and outer numbers. Okay, and if you compare the prompt with the image that is generated, easily you can figure out that in my prompt I have pointed to a boat in the middle of the street, but in the image there is not any boats. Okay, so based on my experience, I will make a copy and paste that here. The prompts that you can see here are using in clip L. Okay, this is a custom node. This is a clip text encode that I made that custom with converting the inputs. Okay, and if you see the video, you can understand. And if I change the prompt and place the boat here, and also change my checkpoints to the SDXL base. Also, you can see the download links. and the refiner to the SDXL refiner version 1. Then I can queue prompt. And in this workflow, you can see that I have focused to customize and arrange my text for using inside clip text encode SDXL, and the TextG and the TextL are the different translators for your prompts. And as I understand and reading the documents, the TextG can have a good understanding from a sentence. So here is my sentence, okay? And the TextL can understand the prompts one by one, okay? But you can check that. Okay, here is the image that is generated, and this time you can see that we have the boat in the middle of the street, okay? And also I want to open my task manager and show you something here. Let me change my seed value to incremental, so each time it will add one more number to the seed. And if I want to get back to some image, it will be easy for me. Okay, my GPU memory is on 3.6 gigabyte. The queue is started. It's going up to 8.8. Also, I am on live video and many applications are open on my computer. It stay on 8 gigabyte and it back to the 3.6. So we can understand with the resolution of 1024 in 1024, yes, it is only using about 8 gigabyte of RAM, okay? But what will be happen if you want to increase the resolution, okay? Just as a sample, I will make a copy from my sampler, okay? And the VAED code and this image by this way. I am pressing the Control, selecting the node, pressing the Control C, move the mouse here, and I am pressing Control Shift V. Okay. In ComfyUI, when you are pressing the Control Shift V, the nodes will be pasted with the connections. So it is not necessary again for you to connect the pipes into your sampler. Okay, and this time I want to send the processed latent to my another latent. So from this part, I'm going to make a upscale. I am using the latent upscale by. They suggested to use 1.5 value, but I want to make 2 because just I want to show you that how easily your VRAM can be finished and can be full. Okay, and I have to adjust something. Totally, I have 30 steps. Let me change them to 40. From 0 to 20 is processing with the base model. From 20 to 30 will be processed with refiner. And from 30 to 40 will be processed after upscaling. Okay, queue prompt and follow the task manager. My VRAM is going near about 8.8 and 8.9. and still it's here. The processing in the higher resolution in 2048 into 2048 is started, and still only we have used 9.7 gigabyte of VRAM. But once the data is going to the VAE decode, it's going to use all of my RAM. Take a look here, 20 gigabytes. Okay, 20 gigabyte of RAM used only for translating the latent to the image. It's very important. It's really important, and pay attention to this spike. So what should we do? Okay, what should we do? I have to delete the VAE decode, and this time I have to add a VAE decode tiled. Okay, with the VAE decode tiled, you can save your memory. Let me show you. This is the sample. For the VAE, at first I create a reroute. The reroute is something like a shortcut. Okay. And I have to connect the VAE to the decoder and connect that to my image. This time, when I am queuing the prompt, again, my VRAM is going about 8.2. We are in refiner stage. We travel to the higher resolution, 4 megapixel, and still it's 9.8. And the VAE decode is started. So this time, take a look to the memory. The memory, we don't have any spike on the memory, and also the memory was go down because the data that was in the latent, I think it's cached on somewhere, and they divide the data to the smaller part, and with the tiled part they send that to the VAE decode. It's very important and it's very interesting. So if you had any problem with SDXL for upscaling, you can use this method. But there is a rule, okay? Because, for example, if you want to use the latent upscale, it's better to keep that, for example, with 1.5 or 1.4, because when you are using the high scale ratio, then the image will be looking something like this. But if you use the latent scale with this ratio, easily you can take an image, for example, in 1500 pixel in 1500 pixel without any problem. You can see that it's in processing. I want to keep open the task manager. It's going to the VAE decode, and we have the image. Okay, so it's possible to make upscale something like this with latent upscale. But if you want to get some higher quality, I prefer to use this method. This time let me create a simple sampler instead of an advanced sampler. And from the refiner, connect the model to model, positive prompt to positive, negative to negative, and I need latent image. This time from the last VAED code that I had from refiner, I like to get excuse me, upscale model loader. For example, use this model. Okay, and load the image scale with model, send the image to this node. Now send the image to the VAE encode, connect the VAE to the VAE, and then send the latent to the latent image. So with this way, it's something like the image to image technique. And also you used another model for upscale the image. Okay, there is one issue about that, because here we have an image with 1240 in 1240, and we are doing the upscale in 4 times. So totally the image output that is going to this VAE encode is above 4000 pixel in 4000 pixel, or 16 million pixel, and it's very hard for the VAE to encode that. So this time, instead of using the VAE encode, I am using the VAE encode tile. Okay, so it can translate your image with the tile, smaller tile, to sampler, and also it can help you to save your memory. So I think the upscale and also pay attention to the optimization is very important. Okay, and for the output, again we have a VAE type, and for the denoiser we can use a denoise amount, for example about 25, maybe, yes, about that. Let's do a test. And excuse me, I think I have a question here. How many VRAM SDXL? The SDXL needs about 8 GB. Okay, and I shown you it only used 8 GB on my computer, but this is the minimum amount. Okay, by the way, now I want to do a huge upscale, very huge upscale, and let me do that. Q prompt. Okay. Okay, now the image sent to the upscale model, and you can see my memory. Okay, and still my GPU memory is not overloaded, and now it's trying to encode 16 million pixel. And if you use a normal VAE, your computer will be explode. It's all. Now in this sampler we have about 16 million pixel that trying to be processed. My VRAM usage goes up, but still I have many free VRAM. Okay, my VRAM now is only, the used part is only 11.2, and the sampler is working, and it's so nice. Really, it's very nice. But let me cancel that because I forgot to adjust a setting. From the steps that I have here, let me change the step to the 30 again, and I want to send this end step to 1000. Okay, because it's very important that the refiner that is loaded in advanced sampler goes with infinite step at the end if I want to use that as my end advanced sampler. Okay, and again queue my prompt. Okay, now it is trying to upscale 16 million pixel, and still we are not out of memory. And the only simple reason was related to the VAED code. Also, there is another reason, because totally the Stable Diffusion SDXL is very faster and is very more optimized. Okay, and my final sampler is started here. How can I split my screen? Okay, it's in process. It's working and working and working. So when a sampler is processing the data in SDXL, really it is using low amount of VRAM. But if you are working with higher resolution, and if you don't use VAED code or VAE encode as tiled model, then you will lose your memory and easily it can fool any memory. The reason that I like the ComfyUI is that it's very simple, it's very fast, it's very smooth, and I have full control over my workflow. And I shouldn't wait for someone to fix that for me, because I have the initial models and initial nodes, and I can arrange them. And for example, if I want something different, I can do my workflow. If I have low VRAM, I can set up my workflow with low VRAM. If I don't have any problem for the VRAM, again, it's different. By the way, creating a 4K image is I think it's a very big challenge. for a normal sampler, because also we have a extension for ComfyUI with the name of SD Upscale. Okay, but now the SD Upscale is configured for working with the Stable Diffusions with the version 1.5, and they are not compatible with SDXL. So for testing the SDXL and show that how it is optimized on memory, I can't use that, and this is the reason. But if I don't, but if I want, I can mix the SDXL with old version of the Stable Diffusion. It's easy because I will use the image to image technique. I think my computer is going to have a trouble. My GPU temperature is very high. Oh, it's very hot here. And maybe I have to check my video card cooler. Just I want to show you how it is possible, and I hope I can pass that. Ninety, 91. It's very high temperature. It's very high. Again, 91, 92. Okay, I'm waiting to finish. This is the last time that I am doing this test. Okay. The processing is finished, and when it is going to the VAE decode tile, also your CPU will be in process. But we don't have any problem about the VRAM amount. Okay. Just the only reason that I did that was about showing you how many VRAM will be used if you want to make a very, very huge image. I have a new comment. I don't have any experience for running ComfyUI on MacBook, but some of my friends told me it's possible, but really I don't have MacBook to run that. I can't help you, sorry. Okay, the processing is finished. And again, my computer is going to the normal status. Okay, we have the image. It's not good because I didn't adjust the parameter correctly. Maybe we have some problem in CFG, I think. But it's down. And really now we have an image with 16 million pixel. 16 million pixel. But actually, it's not correct to make upscale in one step. Okay, for example, if you want to make an image with 16 million pixel, it is very, very better to do that in 3 or 4 steps. So you can get very, very better quality. So what should I do? After sending the image to the upscale model and get that with the upscale image node, I have to scale down the image. I am using the node with the image scale by. Okay. Sending the image to this node, and for example here I want to reduce this image size, and after that sending for processing. So now the image that will be go to this sampler with about 150 1500 1500 pixel. Yes, in 1500. Okay, the processing is started. Thank you, Joe. Actually, just I want to share my experience, and you can't see it's about 2 a.m. here, but I decided to share my experience with other people's. But I am happy that you are here. Thank you. Okay, it's in VA decoding step, and okay, we have the image in very higher quality. Okay, so you can see the actual dimension, and it's very good. And you will not have any problem for doing the upscale. Okay. Okay, so this ratio after using the ultra sharp and this denoise amount could be work fine. And also if I try to change my scheduler, at first let me use the ddime. Okay, because based on my experience, when I'm using ddime in the sampler that used the image to image technique, it can get me better result. Okay, let's do another test. Okay, the first step is generated. We are in the second step. One image is here. The resolution of this image is 1024 in 1024. The quality is good. And now it's trying to increase the image size. Ah, yes. I think this time it's better because I am using the Stable Diffusion for architectural design because I'm 3D designer. When I am when I want to judge a picture or judge a render, at first I am looking to the windows. And also after that I am checking the handrails in the image. And if I if if all the windows will be clear, for example with a square shape in one line, okay, without any additional line, I can understand that this image is good. And really, with a Stable Diffusion 1.5, it is not possible to generate an image like this with prompt. Take a look to these lines. All of them are following, and it's a it's a great upgrade in Stable Diffusion. Really, I like that. Yes, really. Let me check some of my other prompts. At first, let me show you the image. Okay, this is the image. I was generated that with SDXL 0.9, and now I want to use the prompts. Okay, professional photography. In this part, at first I prefer to start my prompt with defining the art medium, and after that describe the scene in a sentence, and after that describe the key elements, for example again describing the art medium or elements inside the photo, and cue prompt. Ah, yes, about the WS suite, I think it's great. Okay, for example, here in this image, I cannot see the rabbit. Okay, and only I can see the human. Okay, the image is, the composition of this image is very good. The effects about the motion blur, lighting type, and every other thing is great. And also I like the upscale, but there is a problem. Okay, and what is that? I was looking for a rabbit. Okay, and based on my experience, again I have to put the rabbit also for the clip L, but as a simple word without any composition in sentence. Okay, so do another cue, and this time just I am looking to the preview. Okay, I have the rabbit in the car. And it's all. So if you don't use the clip text encode, how you can use this power? This is very powerful, and yes, I have the rabbit in the car. And the quality is perfect. So don't forget about the VAE encode tile and VAE decode tile for higher resolution. Okay. Really, this image is great. Really, it's great. I like that. Let me increase the resolution for the next time. And for the next time, I want to test another prompt. Okay, this is the image. Again, I generated that with SDXL 0.9. And I want to use the prompts. This time I used a photo instead of the professional photography photo, a human-like lion. And okay. And in the clip L, in the first part, I'm not writing anything about the lion. Okay, and I'm starting the process. But I can see the lion in the image without any problem. Sometimes you can get that, and sometimes it is not possible. But again, based on my experience, if you didn't receive the elements that you need, repeat them for the clip L, part, and they will be processed with the text L, and it's very useful for you. Okay. We have the lion without any LoRa, without any trained checkpoint, without anything, and also in high quality. It's in VA decode processing. Okay, we have that, but for example here I have a problem. I can see a problem, and also in the hands. Okay, and yes, I think this image was better, and I think it was about the scale ratio, and it's better to keep that in about this number, so it can generate better image. And if you want to do the upscale, you should go step by step. Let me test another prompt. Okay, I generated this image. It's very stylized, and this is the prompt. The art medium is .art style. Okay. The subject, just it's a portrait. And the prompt in the clip L is very simple, drawing and Q prompt. So here we can see that really SDXL is respecting to the style. Really. Okay, so it was able to generate that. And for example, um, here. In the upscale version, we have some problem in the mouse, but it will be happen and you should try. But also maybe I will change the workflow for the upscale. I have to do many tests and read other documents from the internet to figure out what is the best parameter and what is the best configuration, and I will design the workflow. Okay, we have the image. I don't want any upscale, so I'm canceling the queue, and I want to do another test, for example, for something like this. Okay, so let me show you the prompt. This is the prompt, 3D model. So the art medium is 3D model. Some game assets. And clay 3D model for the clip L. Just I can't believe that now it is possible to generate this quality without using any LoRa or reference image or any other thing. So the quality of the SDXL really is great. Really, I like the quality. Okay, I think for tonight it's enough. You can see the rules about the prompting. You can see the rules for using the text encoding, and I try to explain what is the difference with the clip G and clip L. And yes, this is a workflow. If you want to have some more information, you can see the video on my YouTube that I explained to create this workflow step by step. And here was the upscale testing. And yes, it's all. And the important part was using the VAE encode tile. So if you don't have any question, I can go. But if you have any question, I will be happy to answer that. So I'm looking to your comments. I have Discord, but actually I am not using that a lot. Actually, I prefer to stay connected with the peoples on email. I'm not so young. But let me find my Discord ID and send it to you. Okay, this is my Discord ID. And I think yes, I cannot see any other thing. Profile, display name. Yes, it's all. Okay, friends, hope to see you soon. You can download some workflow from my Patreon. And also, if you have any question, you can send me email. See you soon. Bye.